Hello students, here's a guide to MLA Format in Word and in Google Docs. So first of all, you open up a blank document. You want your font to be Times New Roman size 12. You want your spacing to remove space after paragraph and then be 2.0. It goes your name, your teacher's name, the course, and then the date in the British style, day, month, year. Typically the day that the assignment is due. You center your cursor. You will put your actual title there, and your title should be specific to your actual paper, what you're talking about or your argument. So not just like research paper or literary analysis or Walden, but sort of your take on that. Enter, left align, you'll indent every paragraph, and then you'll begin your essay. We're still missing something though, so if you double click at the top of the page, a header will appear. Insert, page number, top of page, plain number 3. Do your last name with a space, highlight it, make it Times New Roman size 12. And you are good to go. So you'll type your works in here. A couple other reminders are that the titles of short works, such as a short story, go in quotes, and the titles of long works, such as entire novels, movies, etc., are italicized. When you're ready to do your works cited, this is especially important with research. For this essay, all of your works are things that we've read as a class. So I'm hoping to give you the sources written out already, but just as a reminder. So you title the works cited page works cited, it is centered, you press enter, you left align. So then you can input your references. I think there's a way in Word, references, and then MLA 7th edition is what we are on. And you can like fill out the information there and it'll put it in Google Docs. I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. There's also citation creators, such as Son of Citation, EasyBib, stuff like that. You can just look up the order of what you need to do. It'll always start with the author. So, like, Thoreau. Usually then it's the title. And then like the publisher, the city of publication, the date, stuff like that. But you can just put it in. What I want you to know is that for your works cited, it's still just Times New Roman, size 12, everything the same. The one difference is for a works cited, you do hanging indentation, which means that whenever you have a source that has multiple lines, more than one line, the second, third, fourth, all additional lines after the first is what is indented. It's the opposite of a paragraph. And that's just so the author's last name, or if there is no author, the article title is more visible there at the end. Okay. So the website that you would use to check MLA rules is called the OWL Purdue website. This is the main source that people look at. There's a lot of information on here, everything you would ever know, such as general format, which is what we just talked about. So there you go, correct formatting, which I just showed you how to do that, how to do sections, what to do if you're writing a book. But there's also specific rules about if your teacher wants you to do footnotes or endnotes, how to do that. How to format quotations, which I'll talk about in another video. But there's a difference between what to do with short quotations versus long quotations. Some of you had trouble with that in your last essay. What to do for abbreviations, works cited, in-text citations, etc., etc., etc. Alright, so a Google Doc is all the same deal that we talked about. So you still want to make your font Times New Roman, size 12. You still put your name, your teacher's name, the course, and the date. Title is still centered. Essay is still left aligned and indented. You still want to do 2.0 spacing, and you still want to do a header. It's a little bit different in a Google Doc, so header, page number, top right, but you still have to tell it to go to the top right for some reason, and you still have to press, playing around with it, 2 spaces, Watson, or 2 enters, and then you will still have to make it Times New Roman, size 12. And for the works cited in Google Docs, what I recommend you do is go to add-ons, get add-ons, and then get the EasyBib Bibliography Creator. This makes it super easy to cite your sources. You just say MLA, it's a website or it's a book or whatever, you paste it. Here, I'll use the last thing I put in here. Select that source, and then it does it already. It's not always perfect, so once you have all your sources in there and you're ready to add it to your document, you still may have to go back and edit it because sometimes it doesn't realize that the date is listed, or it might give the wrong author, because it's not as smart as we are. It's just like blindly pulling what it thinks the elements are, but it formats it correctly with the hanging indentation and putting it in alphabetical order and everything like that. So that's nice. Okay, so that is the basis of MLA format that I wanted you to know. Please use correct formatting.